Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to my channel, T.W.INfiniteocean Tarot. Hopefully you're all well, happy, healthy, wealthy, abundant. For the month of August, I'm going to take a look at soul connections, what energy is attached to you, and some advice and guidance from Spirit in regards to this. The reason why I'm doing this is because Venus is going retrograde, the full moon is around, and also I've been feeling a deep sense of divine unions coming into alignment, coming back into union. So I'm wanting to take a collective look of maybe things that you could work on, possibly the person attached to you could work on, and how to bring this back together. Because, you know, when divine unions come together, it creates a massive wave that sends out a high level of vibration into the universe and helps to change the world. So I'm going to start by pulling just one card to get an overall for the month. Got flying. So I see rainbows and butterflies, the number 20. I also see a labyrinth underneath. So it looks like some obstacle that's been in the way. It's almost like you're about to soar over it. You may have felt like you came up against a labyrinth, like no matter which way you turned, it was the wrong turn. And something like on a soul level said, not doing this anymore. I'm going to rise above the mundane of the 3D, and I'm going to bring my happiness into fruition. So let's get some tarot, get some further information to see exactly what's going on. I want to thank you all for your support of my channel, your likes, subscribes, comments. Greatly appreciated. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, so for you, I've got the Strength card, the Hermit, and the Devil. What's so crazy to me is in your energy and then the connective energies, they're all major arcana. So out of 9 cards, you got 6 that are major. So something big is taking place in this connection. And it looks to me there is a lot of growing growth, okay? You've got the Strength, the Hermit, and the Devil, and for me this is saying that you've recognized that there's something toxic within this situation. You've realized that maybe it has to do with your thoughts. Maybe there's something about your thought patterns that you're having to like overcome that ego, right? So instead of feeding into the ego, or letting the ego surface on a 3D level, you're dealing with it on more of a logical sense and on a soul sense. Like you're trying to overcome those demons. You're trying to face those shadows. You're trying to shine light on them so that you can transmute them, right? The energy attached to you, they may be in like a more surface level energy, like because they're all minor arcana, right? And what I get from them is the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. It's basically like my way or no way. I'm strategically trying to figure out how to fight for this, and if I can't get my way on this, then I'm just gonna walk away, right? But when it comes to the connective energy, it's almost like you bring out more of a deep level of like when the two of you combine, It's like you bring this person from like the shallow to the deep end so that it can be faced, right? It's basically like on the connected energies, you're both telling me like you want to overcome this. We understand the power that we have within us. We're connected through a spiritual like tie. And we're willing to put in the work, right? We're willing to let go of the things that no longer serve us in order to transition into a more beautiful alignment, right? And that's kind of like the flying card, right? It's going from very surface, right, which is this middle line, which is that labyrinth. Like in the 3D, yes, it's hard, but if you blend in the heart or the mind, body, and spirit, that's when you can rise above it, and that makes things easier, right? So by you learning the lesson and you growing, it's like a ripple effect through the energy. So your energy is teaching this energy how to become like a more deep level of the connection. It's almost like it brings it together in a strong sense, and this is what I'm seeing. Let's get some clarifiers. Hopefully that's clear enough for you to understand, but let's see. What is the strength card for my Aquarius collective? Yeah. So with the strength card, we've got the Devil, the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. It's taken you a lot of strength, right, to overcome this urge to be a player or to just give up and just run the streets, right? You have a deep love, a deep bond for this person. Possibly you've known this person since childhood or something, and no matter how hard you've tried to like shake the connection or move away from the connection, you weren't able to ever break that tie, right? Because the memories have been so strong. So you've realized, like on a mind level, that there's things that need to be worked on, because I need to humble myself. I can't be so reactive. I can't be so quick to like run away anymore, right? So that's the strength that's involved. It's like remembering the love instead of letting your emotions or your passion drive you. You're more like letting the soul take the wheel, right? So we're going to see what the Seven of Swords is about. Yeah, this person is very much in the mindset, or has been in the mindset for a very long time of, I'm gonna fight to the death to have my way, and I don't want to see it any different. I'm not gonna see it any different. Like, this is just how I am, right? But what Spirit is saying is that this person is learning that they can't just give up. They can't just, when things don't go their way or they don't see them as equal, they can't just manipulate the system and just take themselves out of the equation, right? There's something that needs to be tempered, whether it's like maybe they have a temper problem, maybe their ego is very strong, and in order to bring some kind of equality, they're going to have to learn how to integrate the mind, body, spirit together in order to bring this into, so maybe they're strategically trying to figure out like, how do they work on these things, right? They're trying to make a plan of how they can bring these things together in order to make them equal, instead of just having to bounce or to run away. And it seems like through your change is creating that ripple effect, which I said, like in the connective energy now, it's the Emperor. It's that I'm going to take care of business. Like, I've already learned these lessons before. I've done this. you know, it's almost like a recognition of maybe even like repeated cycles that have happened, maybe even over past lifetimes. That recognition of, I've got to just patiently wait because there's still lessons to be learned, right? There's still things that I have to get in control of, like my ego. And in order to take care of business, we both understand that in order for that to happen, we're going to have to take control of our own thoughts, our own reaction to things. It's taking that accountability. And then sit back and wait for the results, right? Because the emperor doesn't get off of his throne to go take care of business. He's already evolved to the place to where he's got people to do it for him. So that's where y'all are at. Y'all are at the place to where in order to become the emperor, the ego is going to have to die. The thoughts are going to have to stop being in control. And going to have to let the universe bring in, or the divine bring in what it is that needs to be cleared out first, right? So let's see. What is this comment about? Yeah. So I see that you're looking into your shadow, right? And your shadow could be telling you, like, I lack. I don't have everything that I want right now. But your intuition, the love that you feel for this person is so strong that it's like tapping you into a higher level. Like the divine is working through you to create unconditional love, to where you know that regardless of what happens, there's never really separation, right? Even if it, like on a soul level, there's never separation. There's always this connectivity, right? And this is what you want, and you've realized that, and you realize that there's parts of yourself that may have acted out of ego. There's parts of yourself that may have acted out of like a scarcity mindset, and you're going inside to like shine a light on these things to figure out like what you can do in order to cause that ripple effect, right? And you're not doing it for the ripple effect, but you realize that this connection is something that's higher level, right? It's not something that's surface level. It's something that's worth putting in the work. It's worth clearing out the negativity. Because the person attached to you, it looks like they're ready to fight to the death for their what they want, pretty much. Like, yeah. Okay, so it's like the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Tower, and the Queen of Pentacles. There's gonna have to be like a tower moment that shakes this person up, because with the Five of Swords, it's basically like, I'm gonna cut you before you cut me. So which causes like this toxic kind of cycle, right? When in turn, the only reason they're fighting is because they want what they want when they want it, right? If it's not the fantasy that they envision it to be, then they're going to walk away. But maybe what you don't see is that there's some karmic justice coming in for this person because of their behavior, and it's going to cause some kind of stability to come in. It's going to teach them to get into this Queen of Pentacles, which is to be more grounded, to be more aware, to be more emotionally intelligent, right? To be able to stand strong in the knowing that's what's meant for them. They don't have to fight for. Yes, I mean, in some sense, you do have to take actions to change and to fight for things to work, right? But it doesn't have to be like so toxic. So the divine is teaching them a lesson on how to be grounded. And maybe the separation is going to be this lesson that is going to kill off that ego a little bit, to teach them like, in order to bring this together, I'm going to have to put my sword down and just let the ethereal take over, right? Because the high priestess is the connective energy, right? It's that, like, you don't have to say anything. You sit quiet in the knowing of the truth, right? Like, the high priestess doesn't have to say anything. Like, her energy is powerful. Like, if she were to walk into a room in a good energy, everybody in the room would react without her having to say a word. Now, if she's in a negative energy, walk into a room, the room would feel that energy so strong. So that's this connection. The connection is strong, and there's really, like, you don't have to fight, right? Because you put your power out there through strength, confidence, and humbleness, right? And that's what we got. We've got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. It's that quiet confidence. You don't have to fight. You just have to trust that this is what's meant, right? And that's what's going to change. That's what's going to bring this love to the surface. Or not to the surface level, but it's going to bring in the clarity and the love and the remembrance that this is my person. Like, I know this on a soul level. Like, I don't have to say anything. I don't have to fight off competition. I don't have to fight with you because I don't agree. I just know. I know this is the person I love, and I know that person loves me the same. It's that quiet confidence, not having to speak, just knowing that the love is there, knowing that the truth is there, knowing that it doesn't have to be your way or my way. It's our way, right? It's that blending. So let's see. Why is the Devil here in your soul? Yeah, it's that balance between the dark and the light, right? At one time you were in the dark. At one time you didn't have emotional mastery. So when your emotions got high, you may have used it towards passion, or you might have used it towards things that were toxic for you, like fighting and those type of things. But that energy kept you up at night. That energy kept you feeling displaced. That energy kept you in that scarcity mindset, kept you feeling like you were lacking for something. But it looks like you've come into awareness, like a quiet confidence, which I told you is going to have that ripple effect from the soul to the 3D, and that's what's showing. Like, you've overcome this, which is beautiful, and now you're embracing the High Priestess, which is that knowing that you are divinely guided and protected. And that's giving you this emotional mastery to where you don't get too far in your emotions. You do not sink to the bottom of your emotions. You don't let those emotions drown you. You just kind of swim and float at the surface, you know, like flying above the maze, right? It's that, like I said, that knowing. And that's whatever you're doing here is causing a massive effect on the connection, right? It's bringing it all together. Yeah, and because of this, this person realizes in order to be grounded, in order to be like a strong oak tree, there's things that are going to have to die off, like the ego. So this person could have a tower moment happen in August that's going to basically help them to release the negativity, to realize the lesson, and to let that ego die off, which is going to give them victory, which is going to give this relationship victory, this connection victory, success, recognition, being recognized for real things, not fake things, right? It's more on a soul level. That victory on that soul level is that knowing that you're never separated, that you always have that other person. And the death card comes out in the soul because you taught them the lesson, and in turn they did what the soul needed, right? which is that death and rebirth, which is turning it into something brand new, which is in turn bringing it to the 3D, which is the ace and the lovers, right? The brand new. So in your thoughts, you know things are changing, you know that you're awaiting results, and then they start to fall in line. So I definitely see very strong movement with this. Yeah, this death is clarified by the Seven of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. This is concerted effort, considered work on killing off those parts that feel that I cannot see any other way but my own. I strategically will manipulate things in order to get my way, right? But still not seeing the truth. This is that recognition of this is why I'm sad, is because I've done this for so long, and now I'm willing to put in the work to kill that off and start new. So it's very beautiful. You could be coming into union this month, depending on, you know, how the energies stay that are attached to you. But let's close it out with some cosmic contracts and some mythology. Okay, you've got 3. We've got obsessed, extractor, and attachment. Attachment says, I will aid you in your healing process. Yes, that's your job. You're aiding this person in the healing process. And in turn, they're healing you too, right? Extractor, I'll pull uncomfortable things out of you, right? And then obsessed, I will be the object of your desire. Yeah, that's what it is. And let's get some knowledge on this. So we have look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius, and a time for healing. Yes, there's some major healing going on in this connection, and I do believe that powerful change is amongst this connection. I think whatever work that you've done or been doing is going to start to be shown. It's going to rise above the 3D on a soul level. I believe that. I think you both intuitively know that once this is done, things will start to show, and you'll feel like you're flying, and it'll bring in the happiness that both of you deserve. So union looks like it's in the cards for you guys. I don't know how long, because there were so many major arcana, but you know, this reading is for August, so definitely some big changes afoot. I appreciate you watching and everything you do for my channel. Thank you again. I love you guys to the moon, stars, and Mars, and I'll see you in the next one.